Hi, welcome to our review of the Airsoft Innovations plastic version propane adapter. This is one of the hottest new products on the market as people get entirely fed up with the cost of green gas and are now switching to propane to power their gas guns. The entire kit comes in this nice little box. It's packaged up very neatly. I like it a lot. It's made in Canada as opposed to China. Airsoft Innovations is sort of a new company, but I like their stuff already because it's very English user friendly and all very high quality, and you feel a little bit more safe about it than you would with maybe a Chinese company. So opening up the box, you get the adapter, some manuals, and this bottle of really really high viscosity silicone oil. So we get the box, as we already saw. We have the manuals, comes with two. This really light silicone oil, which we'll talk about in a minute. The adapter itself with the cap, and attached is a propane tank check valve, which we'll also talk about. This is actually the cap to a propane bottle. And this is the duster adapter. It also works for duster cans, although I think people don't use it for that as much. So the instructions, I think, though usually aren't great on airsoft products, are definitely worth mentioning because they're written in great English. I won't read them to you, but the pictures are really clear. They're really good, and you can open the box up having no idea what this thing is for, and in 30 seconds be completely acquainted with the product, which is great. This is pretty much the fill valve right here. This one's plastic. You may have seen ones from companies like Mad Bull, which are metal. I actually prefer the plastic because the metal nozzle can actually mess up your magazines if you're not careful. And the plastic here, some people complain that plastic will snap and get too cold from propane, but that hasn't been a problem at all for us. So this is the nozzle. You can just push it down to see how it works. And then over here is this little propane checker. Propane tanks actually have an O-ring in them. And when you buy a propane tank, you want to stick this thing down into the actual nozzle, and if it doesn't go all the way down to a certain height, like it says in the manual, it means the O-ring is crushed and you don't want to use that propane tank. So it's just a good way to check because it might blow out your nozzle otherwise. This is a nice little cap to protect it, and this is the light silicone oil. So just taking out a propane tank, this is a Coleman propane tank. You could definitely find this one in your local hardware store, home supply store, just like you use on your camp stove. And this is a green gas tank. This is the TSD model, but you see a lot of them that look a lot like this. And just looking immediately, the propane gas tank's a little bit chubbier, but it feels a lot safer. I don't know if gas pressure is a big concern for a lot of people, but what I do know is that these green gas tanks always felt a little bit flimsy, like a strong GBB, or certainly a strong sniper rifle could definitely puncture one. So I feel a little bit safer knowing that this is American made and that's a little bit higher quality standards. So looking at the propane tank, what you're going to do first when you get a new propane tank, you're just going to take this light silicone oil and you're just going to open up and put a few drops right down into the hole in that propane tank. And that's basically going to perform all the function of green gas because green gas is just propane with a little bit of silicone oil and scents added. So once you're done with that, you just you use the adapter and we put it in and we see that this goes down, which means that this propane tank is good to go. I've used this one before, and then you just screw the adapter on. Now, this is where my only minor complaint about the adapter comes in. It's made of plastic. The threads on the propane adapter are made of metal. Naturally, if you don't do it exactly right, you're going to get a little bit of scraping. So sometimes I would recommend putting some Teflon tape around these threads just to avoid it cutting into your adapter, because this is something you wouldn't really want to replace. I'd like to use this for as long as possible. And once you're on, use it just like a green gas or canister. You can put on the duster adapter, and the duster adapter also serves a second function. If this breaks for some reason, I actually can't see that happening unless it's abused. You can cut right here, and then just glue the green gas the duster adapter right on top, and it's good to go. So basically, even if you break this first one, you just snap on the second adapter after a minor modification, you're good to go. The only complaint I have about propane itself is that it smells really bad. Green gas is a little bit scented differently, so it doesn't really. If you're just doing some indoor testing, it'll be fine. But with propane, it really smells pretty bad, and that's because of chemicals they add to it to make sure you don't have a gas leak in your house that could potentially blow your house up and kill you. So it's a good thing, it's a safety thing, but don't go into your, if you're like sharing a room with somebody, don't go firing off a couple mags of propane-powered BBs because you'll have to open up all the windows for the afternoon. So all in all, great product, made by a great company, and I think we'll see a lot more of good stuff from Airsoft Innovations in the future. This retails for about 15 to 16 bucks. You can get it on a lot of major websites. I recommend this over the metal fill valves because one, it can't damage your gun, and B, I just really love Airsoft Innovations at first sight. It looks like they have really great products, and hopefully they'll come up with more Airsoft Innovations that we can buy in the future. So thanks for watching.